Hey guys, how we doing? My name's Matt, and this is Shia. Will be a basic tutorial of the game. It's a new and more not updated Shia basic tutorial, but it's a basic tutorial for if you play Shia on internal on this if you download this Shia. I can't pronounce that, so I'm not going to butcher it. But if you just type in that and look for that, you will find the game. It's free to play, it's free to download. There's no money involved. So, yeah, download it for free now if you guys feel like it. Um, but yeah, anyway, getting back to the main part of this video is um, I'm going to be showing a basic tutorial of how to make a character, going through selection screens and stuff. Um, and making your character basically. Showing you what to do when you first enter the game and how to go quickly about it if you want to go fast and not really read anything or read any of the tutorials that pop up in game for you. Um, I will also be showing how to go from 1 to 80 pretty quick. Um, it's a thing I've learned to do, or learned how to speed up a character or get a character up to 80 real quick. So also there is the helps of experience stones, as people would ask me. Oh, is it some type of experience boost or experience stone, something along those lines? So yeah, alright, let's get into it, and I will run you guys through my basic tutorial and level 80 gameplay. Alright, so basically, as you guys probably would have done, is you've gone and made an account, downloaded the game, opened it up. I do advise for anyone that does download it, just check your settings on it on the launcher, game launcher, as the game may be preset to a screen size or a resolution size that doesn't work with the game or doesn't work with your screen. Excuse me, dry throat. But once you've fiddled with your resolution, you can start the game up, log on, and this is the next screen. The screen I'm on right now. Have I been rambling on? Yes. Um, but it's a tutorial. Anyway, let's do this. Alright, so we'll go and click. You'll obviously click on the server name and the server that is there. And then this is one step too far, so I'll show you guys. Alright, yep, here we are. Alright guys, so this part is basically, this is the next screen you should get after logging in and after getting past the server screen, well, choosing of the server. Once you've clicked on the server and hit enter, you get brought up to this page. Two fractions, lines to the light, union of fury, dark, light. Um, for this gameplay, we will be going a line to the light, just because I know how to. I played on the Lines of the Light a lot more, so I know areas on the Lines of the Light better. Anyway, so you've chose your account, you go next. Then you'd be brought to this screen. You get up to 7 character slots, so you can make up to 7 characters. There, as you can see by everything else, it's pretty standard. Excuse me. And what we're gonna do now is basically let's make a character, guys. Alright, sorry about that, guys. Just had to fix up that for a moment. Alright, guys, so you got your classes, you got your character name, you've got what sex you want to be. You got here an appearance, so you come up with your appearance of how tall, the face you want to have all the time, and style of hair. Um, Down here it shows you what your characters look at certain stages, or what it could possibly look like, depending on what class you choose, or what um character, yeah, what class it all comes down to, really, character. You choose to what you name it and everything. So for this video we're gonna go monk. Oh, it's a panda. Nice. So we're gonna be playing a panda, guys. I'm just gonna name it Po. Po. Anyone knows that reference? Tell me in the comments. Alright, anyway, I put a name in, chosen my class, also chose the gender of the character. Appearance wise, let's just make him as tall as possible. I like this look, and we'll go with, yeah, we'll go like this. Alright, guys. Now that you've done, now that I've done fiddling with the tutorial on how to make a character, basically hit create. Oh, I gotta check the name. Oops. Check your name after you've made a name. After you've typed in the name, go to this button here. It says check. It's just gonna check the name to make sure no one else is using that name. So check. Okay, so the name that I've chosen is available. Cool. Overall, as I should be explaining, is you get a class stats that shows you how good it is in being solo, party, attack and defense. It's also got up here the weapons that are used for it, or specifically for the class. It also, underneath my webcam, which under the webcam frame or wherever, it will give you a class description of the class and just a brief information. Yeah, just brief information. Alright, I've been rambling on, and we haven't even got into gameplay. How crappy is that? No, I'm kidding. It's a tutorial. Yeah. So now that that part's been explained too, let's go create. Alright guys, now that I'm back, you've made your character. So just click on your character, show your character right here, and then we click on game start. Takes a little bit to load in, but it's all good. And I mean, like, doesn't take very long either. It's pretty quick generally. Alright, now that we're in, how's everyone? Oh, everything hasn't loaded in yet. And it looks like someone else is here. Interesting. So there's another player, but oh, oops, don't know who that is. Anyway, let's continue with this basic tutorial. Alright guys, so when you first spawn in, you're obviously gonna, if you've chosen to be on Alliance of the Light, or AOL, this is your starting area. And what you want to do is go over to this guy over here, Instructor of Light, and let's start the basic tutorial / quick walkthrough of this part. So obviously talk to him, read what he says, what he's saying if you guys are just coming new to the game or just understanding MMOs. So read this, and then you accept the quest, which will prompt the tutorial. Next, it will just teach you the rules of the server and basic controls of the game. Since I already know this, I won't really keep you guys held up on looking at it. Obviously, I've done it, so I completed the quest. When you complete a quest, it completes automatically, unless it completes in the start. It completes like this automatically, but as you go further into the game, you need to actually run back to the person that gave you the quest to finish the quest, and I think that's pretty common. Anyway, so all right. So I've been given a choice to choose my pets. I choose a pet out of that one. Sorry, we'll go to this. See where it says here quest. Quest. Sorry, I should have read that a bit. This is just more teaching of how to, what buttons to use to pull up your skills and stat points or stats. So push K for skills, T for stats, and there we go. We've done the beginning skills and stats thing. We can close those down. And then you obviously get a choice of choosing a 7-day mount pet for that gives you a +5 to all your stats. And we will go with a weasel. Alright. Alright, so this is basic training now. I think this is the part, guys, which you'll come up to where there is a costume you get for free. Obviously, if you pick the panda or the monk, normal skins like any of these ones here will not show up properly, even though you are wearing it. But I'll show you what that means after I get past that part. I'll get up to that. Now this part, it's showing me where it's flashing green and red. That's the mob that it wants me to go and kill. Alright. So after you've done that, and after you've talked to all of them, talked to him for all of that, you've got now over here on your, oh, you can let me see the tray. Oh, that's okay. So you see over here in the game, you see in basic training, we got to kill 3 foxes, and it's a quest. But wait, what about the armor and weapons? What do I do? Do I just go and bash on them with nothing? No, 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 no. Alright, guys, this is the next part of the basic tutorial. We go into inventory, which you push I to open it, or you just click on this icon down here, your bag icon. And for beginner players, you just press I, or you go down to the bag. But for beginner players, or for beginning off, if to get a bit of a head start, this box happens to stick with you all the way up to 80. It gives you at certain intervals, it gives you new gear, new armor, new weapons, accessories, everything to really give you a basic start in the game and just to get through the basics, but it's not gonna really hold up. So eventually you will need to go to the auction house, or go to the auction house or something like that, and buy items off a board. I'll show that a bit later. Alright, so we open the box. I like, oops, and obviously put on everything that you want to put on. Put on the weasel that we've got. You put this on as a mount. And that's basically it. Now you're geared up with armor and a weapon. But wait, what are these things, you would ask? they're experience stones, and they last for 7 days. They come in the pack at the start, as you just saw. You get a times 10, times 20, and a times 50. They, I have tested this out, and they don't stack. The highest you can get to, even though you could put them all on, you only get a times 50, because that's the highest that it can go to. Excuse me. Alright, so basically, I really dragged on this in tutorial, but let's get into the gameplay part of it. I put on the stone. If you guys know what this item right here, this is an item you got from the instructor, and you can click that, which just increases your movement speed by 1 for an hour, or as you can read when you go into the game. Alright, but this nostrum does vanish if I die. So anyway, let's go and kill something. So I've got a times 50 stone on. The durability will not go down in any of my armor or weapons, if you guys know what that means. Because of this, this is for ultimate modes. But on this server, having a CRR just really means how much of a percent of health you're going to come back at. Not actually lose your turn. You don't get a choice of what mode if you want it to be. Two, I think there's 2 other modes and another Shire. But in this Shire, it's only ultimate only. And this is like in the other one, you do die, and if you die and you don't have that on, you lose that tune permanently. And just like that, guys, because I got the stone, I've leveled to level 9. But doesn't matter. Let's just keep. And when you level up, you can it pops up like right here on your screen. Learn a skill or will raise your status points. So you just quickly do that. Alright. Now with this, guys, you can set your stat points and put it in and put where you want your points, so that you can click on this button called auto. And what that means is the points right here, if I click on auto, and because in my settings I've put them all with STR, they will go, all these points here will go into STR if I click on auto. Once you've done that, click enter, and bam. Now, your stats will rise up here a bit. Yeah. So over with the stats bar, it shows you everything about your character, like its movement speed, attack speed, resistance, defense, magic attack damage, HP, well, your health, your mana, your stamina, and then an element, like a stat, like an element that you may be. Alright, now that that's out of the way, let's get back to killing foxes. This video will slowly become into me going quiet and only every now and then saying something about leveling, because yeah. Alright, so I've killed them. I've killed the 3 foxes, so once you've done that, we just go back to, let's go back to the Instructor of Light. to finish the quest, and then I think after that, I think there's a few more in tutorial quests that you can do, which just gives you a few more items. With useful items for beginners or for the beginning. Alright, so I'm gonna go with, even though I won't be able to see it properly, I'm gonna go with what we got: gangster, penguin, school uniform, honeybee costume. Let's go honeybee. Now it's gonna teach me about linking process. Alright guys, with this part of the basic info is basically, or basic information or basic tutorial. Excuse me. So basically it's saying to click on this, which, and it shows you right here, over here, how to link. So if you guys don't want to listen in on this part, don't have to, just skip past it. I'm going to explain it anyway. But basically you right click on anything, any armor, accessories, or your weapon. And then to link, you would generally need an op, but because this is just the basic startup, that it's alright. So what you do next is, alright, so we got the helmet up there. I'll just close that. Got the helmet there, and now see how this is flashing, guys? We wants us to link that in, which you can either click over here or here. And then you just go link. And what that has done is basically linked that gem, lapis, whatever you guys want to call it, into that helmet. Recreational. Recreation or RRs or whatever, they give your, like, your armor or your weapons extra stat points, which are called OJs, which come up orange. And you get these little guys. You get these little guys. You can farm for these guys, farm for these items, or buy them off the auction board. So anyway, we're just gonna do that. We click on the flashing rec room, do that, and then you go down to rec room. Now that it's done that, now it's done that. And if, yeah, basically now I think these are, yeah. This is just gonna teach you how to teleport. Basically, we talk to the instructor again because you don't need it to actually use the teleporter or teleport anywhere yet, just as of yet. Now this is enchanting. You get items to enchant. Alright, so it wants me to enchant one of my weapons. So I'm going to enchant this weapon that I've got, which is a great staff. And then once you've chosen the weapon you want to upgrade, linking, it'll then ask you to click on this one, and then we go enchant. Now that it's enchanted, there you go. Now it's battle. Now this is going to tell you about PvP and the level ranges of PvP. Like there's a 15, 30, 60, and 80 PvP. But there is also PvE. A lot of players like to do player versus player. I like to do a bit of both, but mainly, but yeah, both. But I like player versus environment most of the time. Sometimes. But anyway, once you've done that and you've gone through this, that is basically the tutorial part of this video. 25 minutes of explaining. No, sorry guys. Um, that's the tutorial part of this video. This next part of the video is basically just gonna be I'm probably gonna speed it up after recording this. So I'll probably speed up parts of the video so that it gets, so I level to 80 faster than you guys having to watch a 2 hour long video of me just leveling, or an hour long video. I will try to cut this back to half an hour, 45 minutes. So with the stone that I've got on, guys, it should not take me very long. That's a bit unfair. Can't put on the dragon mask. Alright, so now that you've done your tutorial, yada yada, we're obviously gonna open up this. And then we're gonna put on this, so your level 7 stuff. Okay guys, basically if you want to level quickly, now that we've gone past the tutorial part, we'll want to get to leveling. If you want to level quick, turn on one of these guys, level 50 times stone, experience stone for 7 days. Yeah, so last 7 days, so even though you're going to hit 80 quick, yeah, this experience stone will stay around for 7 days. Alright, now best start off to really do is put on everything you can. Just put on the costume. You want to put this on, guys. It's called a additive remedy. So put that on. Basically, it just increases your stats for a little while. Like all stats for a little while, but does not tell you what stats. Then you also want to turn on a knockout nostrum. It increases your physical shooting and magical critical hit rate, and that lasts for up to 2 hours too. Your sprint nostrum lasts for an hour though. Now that I've done all of that and explained that, let's get to just watching me level. Now, next spot you want to go to if you're wanting to level quickly, we'll get around the map quick, is use the town portal scrolls or pots that you were given by the instructor. It's gonna have 2 locations on it, Beaker or Kios. So you go Kios because that's where I'm gonna be moving to level up fast. You will spawn here when you use it. This is Kyo. There is quests in this game, so if you don't want to do the quick jump that I'm showing here now, and you want to quest it out and grind it all the way up by doing quests, but also using the stone, that's more than fine. There's quests everywhere on the map. Push M for map. You'll see all these little icons here that are not lit up, but they are quests, and they all give you different level of experience. And yeah, now skills. Now with skills, they vary from class to class, and weapon to weapon. Well, with defender to shields. Yeah. Give me 1 second, guys, while I quickly just do the skills and everything. But, actually no, I'll teach you. Basically, the basic skills here, you just want to do up based on your character, or based on your playstyle that you think, the way you think you playstyle, the way you think you're going to take your character, or what weapon you're going to be using mainly. Since I'm using Staff, I'll use the Great Staff, Tranquility. You can basically do interpretate. What is it? What is interpretation? Interpretation basically just lets you able to understand the opposite fraction when they speak, or if you don't do this up, it's just going to come up in random numbers and letters, and you won't understand. Simple. All right. This is a good one. If you run out of pots. Town portal helps you get around the map a bit, or get back to the nearest town nearby. Pretty self-explanatory. That's just a buff. With the panda guys, or the monks, if you do decide to choose to play a monk, they have a fury gauge where certain attacks won't work unless you get this gauge right here up a little bit where it says 0 out of 200. I wouldn't be able to use skills until I get a bit of fury in there, then that will happen. But is that there? Okay, guys, there will be skills that are made for specific weapon types. So when you're doing up your skills, do read your skills so you don't misplace your skill points. But make sure to read your skills. So if I had have done this one up, and I don't use one of these weapons, that skill will not work. But if I have it on, the skill works, and vice versa. This skill requires the staff, which is the weapon I'm using right now. And it's a great staff, and which I can use. But if I didn't have the staff on and I wanted to use that skill, but had this on, these on, then I wouldn't be able to use the skill. But anyway, basic guys. And then in this Shire there is something called relics, so when you reach the level 80 cap you get to increase with more passive abilities or party abilities, or even just increasing your movement speed and attack speed relics. But I'll explain relics when we reach level 80. Alright, now that I've done explaining again, alright. This part, guys, is the next part. I don't think I've got money. Nope. So once you reach this part and you've got, well, yes, you guys will have seen, I just hit level 17 after killing one enemy, even though the enemy was level 12. But because I got the 50 times stone on, it jumps me to 17. And obviously, once again, guys, you do up your skills, because your skills will need to be leveled up as you level up. And same with stats. Alright guys, now that we're level 17, there is a place you can go to level even faster, which you would come over to here, you would come to this gatekeeper, decide to move and you would go Cornwall Forest if you have 6,800 gold. Do I have that? Nope. So means you guys, if you don't have the money to get there, if you don't have the money to get there by just going over to that guy there, well then I'll show you the way I get to there, but you guys can take your own path to get there. But on the map we want to go to here, over here. Now we can either do one or two things. We can either run or we can get on our mount. Your level 1 mount is not any faster than you running. It just looks cooler. I wonder what mount is a panda's mount. Talk about breaking a horse's back. This is gonna be the tedious part for you guys when you're doing it yourselves, or if you have downloaded the game and decided to give this game a whirl. Wonder if I can get up there. Yep, sweet. Now, in other shows, as you guys will realize when I'm doing what I'm doing right now, but in this one specifically, even though you get hit and you generally would get knocked off your mount, like in any game, if you're on a mount and then you get hit, you're meant to be knocked off. Well, I don't think in this game you get knocked off. Let me just see this. Nope. Alright, see? Didn't get knocked off my mount, but I just took damage. Oh, and when you guys do this, if you guys do the leveling part, like I am doing it for you now, you may not jump to the same levels I do. As in, you might not go from 1 to 9 and from 9 to 17. It's only if you put on the times 50 stone that's gonna happen alongside with. And I don't have money for quests. No, this is gonna be. Oh well. once you reach 22, this is pretty much the fast part of it. You will, or if you've used the portal you've got to here and you want to go and over to that mob there, over to these guys here, and you'll get to 20 or 22 because this guy right here, the accessory merchant that's just outside of the dungeon, you just go to him, you go to trade, and he's got quests for you that involve going inside this place, Cornwall Ruins. You grab one of them and then you go in. I don't have money, so I can't technically buy anything. It's the faster way to level, but okay, so I've just ran into the dilemma that I need some gold to buy the quests. You can easily farm this gold from the mobs. Takes a little while, but you can. I have just asked one of my friends about if they could bring me some gold, just so that I can keep this video quick. But we don't know. Alright guys, this is my friend. He's just giving me a bit of gold to help me out, to get me started. Not everybody's gonna have that. You, you may not get that. You may not have a friend that's already playing this game that can just randomly come to you and give you money or gold. So, yeah. But now that we've been given gold, you can obviously come over here, and this is the faster way to level. We'll just grab 5, 4, and 3. Oh no, let's grab 2 on. Why not? So once you grab the quests 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you will then want to go and activate them. And you do that by right clicking on them. Alright, now you can see that there's quests on my right hand side, but it's also telling me the creatures or monsters that I have to kill. But that's once I've gone inside Cornwall Ruin. Alright, let's go inside. I probably should put on my level 20 stuff. So give me a second, guys. Oh, okay. Alright, now that I'm all set up, guys, let's get to the grind. Or quick leveling. one more of the skeletons. As you can see, guys, I got one more on the skeleton warriors, and then you guys will be surprised at how high the experience stone levels you. 46. Nice. Alright, let's go down this way. Like I said, guys, as you can see, I'm opening the same package you get at level 1, because you get them at every 10 level intervals. A new package with new armor, accessories up to level 30, and then weapon up to 25. It changes, it varies from class to class when I think weapons come up to it. But I'm level 51, so no, not 51, 46. So I put on this 41 armor. Alright. Now, what you will want to be doing in your leveling up, if you're doing the fast way leveling up, like you're following this, is you just wanna keep turning on the quests and you can abandon quests if you don't want to do them, or just because I have my knowledge about the quests, I don't want to do that one because I'm not going to that area. Am I able to tank a whole mob like this? Yeah, I can. That, and they're only like what, 28 versus 49. in the areas that I'm going to, guys, you don't need to do quests 1 or 5. You can just do 2, 3, 4. And they're the ones that give the most experience until... Yeah. And they give you the most experience, so it's the fastest way to level up a bit. Yeah. So as you guys can see, you level up pretty quick. With a panda, I've always got to wait on my fury to be up. Now, that's one thing I haven't told you guys. In this Shire, there's something called a bot police, and if I do not get the correct answer and press the right button in the right time, I get banned or put in jail for a little while. This is... yeah. Once you hit 60, you can go to a place called Vladimir Regnum. That's on the light side, because I am playing on AOL today, and in this video. So, you go to Vladimir Regnum. After you've hit 60, it's fine with it's fine to go there. But a lot of people say to go a little above about 60, so I'm just going to turn on a couple of quests and get to 62. $61. Now I just need one more level, guys, and then I can go to VR. So I just killed this guy over here. Doink. There we go. 62. Alright, once you've hit 60 or 62, you can then go to a place called Vladimir Regnum. But I just, you know, big bots are still following me around. Alright, so town out of the port down there. Or use a teleporting scroll, which I'm about to show you. Alright, so we go into our inventory. Mamma mia. Okay. So Give me a moment while I upgrade the character. Now, how do we get to the VR if we don't want to go back to town or use the town portal? You do get given these things. Yeah, they come out of your bags, and these come out of your they come out in the bags boxes. The box that you open, they eventually you get these guys called town portal scrolls. Town portal scrolls are very helpful. As you can see, it's now showing me everywhere that I can teleport to in any region. The only regions I cannot go to is anything below here. Really? Any of these guys I can't go to because that's the Union of Fury. But where I'm going to is called Vladimir Ragnar. So we'll go there. And then, because I know my way around, you also want to go up to here. And then once you click on that spot on after using the town portal thing, scroll, yeah, after you use the town portal scroll, bada bang, bada bang. Now I'm in Vladimir Ragnar. Now what you want to do, if you want to level to 80 within 10 minutes after coming to VR, maybe 15, is you want to run up this way, and you want to see this guard, Wendell. That quest becomes available to you at level 60. So we'll grab the quest. And now he's telling me I need to go and kill some boars. So, once again, check the map. The boars are all right here. Where this green section is, and it'll always come up like this for any monster you guys have to kill. It will come up on as green little circle like this, or anywhere around the map of showing you where the monsters are. Makes it a little easier on you, so yeah. Now, oh look, the boars. But I need to do up my skills. And I need to do up, yeah, status and skills. My stats and skills. Just one more, and then we can go back to the quest. Or the guy that gave us the quest. Alright, back we go. Alright guys, so we go back now. This is, yeah, now we go back to the guy that gave us the quest. 80. Well, there you go guys, that's how to get to 80. Yeah, just reached 88. There you go guys, that is my way of showing how to get to 80 quick. Anyway guys, I'm gonna end this tutorial slash leveling video here. If you guys enjoyed watching or anything like that, give it a like, comment, tell me how, if you liked the game or if you would give it a try. Yeah, it's not everybody's cup of tea, so I won't be offended if you guys say you don't like it or you hate it. But yeah, alright guys, I will catch you all in the next video. Yeah, alright guys, bye.